Yeah, hello, good day everyone. Welcome to another JavaScript class. Today we are going to be talking about maths and maths method. In our in one of the previous classes, we talked about the number type and we did some mathematical operations, but I forgot to mention something which I'm going to talk about very quickly. So, in JavaScript, we can as well carry out mathematical operations like division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, and the rest. It works as well in JavaScript. So JavaScript makes use of the arithmetic operators, arithmetic operators. They are the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the exponents. Also the remainder, which is which is the which is represented with this sign, this symbol here. So very quickly, let me just log the use console log so that we can see it in the console. Let's see, 8 plus 4, check it out here, 12, and we can as well say 70 minus 40, which is 30. Yes, here's the answer. Also we can say 20 multiplied by 4, which is 100, which is 80 rather, 80. And we can as well say 100 divided by 5, what do we get, which is 20. Exponent, let's say 4 exponential 4, what do we get, 256. Exponential 2, 4 times 4, 16. And the remainder the modular, which gives us the remainder, we can say 20, or let's say 16 modular 3. We have a remainder which is 1. 3 times 5, 15. So we have 1 left. This is the remainder. So that is that. What I didn't mention is the rule which is called PEMDAS. In case you have an expression that contains the parentheses, division, exponents, all of this, like we have in algebra. Let's say we have something like this. Let me just PEMDAS. P stands for parentheses, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and the S for subtraction. So this acronym is followed when you are dealing with let's say algebra, or a more complex that combines a lot of these arithmetic operators. So take for example you have an expression like this. It's 8 divided by 3 minus 1, and then to the power of 2 plus plus 5. So how do you tackle this? The way it works is, first of all, the parentheses, you solve that, followed by the exponent, which is the 2, which is 3 minus 1 raised to power 2. 3 minus 1 is 2 raised to power 2, which gives us 4. After that, what is the next thing? Multiplication. Is there multiplication? No multiplication. The next thing is the division. That is 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 4 rather. This is 2 raised to power 2. Is 4. That is 8 divided by 4, which gives us 2. 2, which gives us 2 plus 5. So the answer is 7. There was a mistake here. The console was still reading this as an error, so I had to comment this out. So the answer is 7. So you follow this order. Very quickly, let's move on to maths object. So math is a built-in object in JavaScript that has properties and methods for mathematical constants and functions. So let me take you through. You can access the maths objects. Let me do this in the console. Let me do this in the console for you to see the maths and the objects embedded in it. So look at this, we have a lot of them in here. The E, we can say console.log, we can log this, we reference maths dot t, right? It will give us the value. That's the value. The E, it will give us the value. So all of these are just constants. So let's access the functions. And before I do that, the syntax for you to access the math method is like this. Reference the maths dot method, the method, and then the number is a syntax. So we are just going to look into some of the common ones that you are going to need. So the first one, let's talk about the first method, which is the round. Math.round. Oh, sorry. Math.round method. Math.round. All you need to do is console. So the math.round returns the nearest integer. It returns the nearest integer. Let's load. Math.round. Then what are we rounding? Let's say we have 2.389999, and let's see what happens. See what happens. The nearest integer, even if you have this, it rounds it up to the nearest integer. Can you see? So the next one is the maths.sale. Maths.sale. So what this does is it returns the value of the number rounded up to its nearest integer. Please take note of that. So it rounds it up to its nearest integer. It rounds up. Let's take note of that. Let's just copy this to save time. So another one is the floor. Maths.floor. So this one, it returns the value of the input number rounded down to its nearest integer. Did you notice this? So it gives us 2. Another one is the maths. Maths dot trunk method. So this one returns the integer. It returns the integer part of any float. If you have a float type of number, it will return the integer part of it. So let's copy once again. To return the integer part of it, still the same. So the next one is the power method. That's power. So let's copy once again. So let's say we have two values. Let's say 2 and 4. That is 2 raised to power 4, which is 16. So that is that. So this another one is the square method. That's dot square. Oh, I wrote SQARE. It should be SQRT. So that's how you use the method. Let's log it. Let's say let's say 64. What's the square root of 64? 64, which is 8. So to give us the square root, that's the answer right here. So the next one is the absolute. This absolute. That's ABS. Let's see once again. ABS absolute value. So in case we have a negative number, let's say 67.99, so it will turn it to an absolute number to take away the negative value. So another one is the minimum and maximum number. So this one returns the lowest or the highest, in a list of numbers. For a list of numbers, maths dot minimum method. Let's say so it should give us 2. Yeah, that's it. 2, which is the minimum of all this number. So the same thing applies to, let me just copy. The maximum is just the opposite to give us the maximum. Which is the maximum. Let's see. Let's maximum number, the highest. It is the highest, 98888. Yes, you have it here. That's the highest. This one returns the lowest. Minimum returns the lowest, and the max object method rather returns the highest number. So, and this the last one, which is the random max. We use this a lot. Random so the max.random returns number between 0 and 1. It returns numbers between 0 and 1. It generates them randomly. Let's take a look. Okay, let's just log this from the console. You can see it will keep changing. And so on. So we can, in case we want to return an integer, let us multiply the random number by 10. So it gives us 9. So we have 9 now. And then let's just floor this number. Let's put all of this in a bracket. Let's use the method floor. Max.floor to give us an integer. Yeah, we floor the number. Now we have 8. So this will give us numbers between 0 and 9. 0 and 9. Keep checking it out on the console. 9. So in case we want to generate random numbers between 1 and 10, all we need to do is add 1 to it, plus 1. Yeah, you see, we've generated number from 1 to 10. So we've come to the end of the class. Thank you.